Here we start by requiring the Express module, which is a minimal and flexible Node.js web application framework that provides a robust set of features for web and mobile applications. We initialize a new Express application by calling Express, and then we define a constant port to specify which port our server will listen on. We declare a feature toggles object to simulate a dynamic feature toggle store or configuration. In a real-world scenario, this could be replaced by a feature management service or database lookup. For the purpose of this demo, the feature toggle for new feature is set to true, meaning it's currently enabled. This function is our feature toggling middleware. It takes the request, response, and next function as arguments. The middleware extracts the feature name parameter from the query string of the request. It uses this to check if the feature is enabled in our feature toggles object. If the feature is enabled, the middleware calls next to invoke the next middleware function in the stack. Else, it sends a 403 forbidden HTTP status code with the message feature is disabled. Before we apply our feature toggle middleware, we add a logging middleware to our Express app. This middleware simply logs the HTTP method and URL for every request received and then proceeds to the next middleware. It's useful for monitoring and debugging purposes. Here we apply the feature toggle middleware globally to our Express application. This means the feature toggle check will run for every incoming request before any route handlers are called. It's important to note that the order of middleware matters in Express. Since we're applying this before any route definitions, all routes are subject to feature toggle checks. Now we define a get route on our application. This route will serve the path, new feature. This is a simple route that when accessed, if the feature toggling middleware allows it, will send back a message indicating that the new feature is accessible because the toggle is enabled. Finally, we tell our Express app to start a server and listen on the port defined by our port constant. When the server starts, it'll log a message to the console indicating that it's running and listening for incoming requests on the specified port. This is the entry point to our web service.